Whether it's Halloween, a cosplay event, or simply because you can, looking like a cartoon character is definitely not an easy job. Well, these 10 people have totally mastered looking like a cartoon character. We are loving the real-life Elsa and Anna. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a big thumbs up. Today we're checking out 10 people who totally nailed dressing up like a cartoon character. Queen GRIMHILDE from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. The queen from this Disney movie is not an easy look to pull off. You'll need to have an amazing poker face, beautiful eyebrows, a dark lipstick, and some impressive queen-like clothes. Queen GRIMHILDE was on a mission to destroy Snow White's happiness, and luckily, she failed. But this doesn't mean that the character was completely unlikable, considering how many people are trying to pull off the sassy and fierce queen look. This talented lady pulled off the impossible, and even upgraded the look by adding some cool details. Her name is Saraswati, and she's known as the Queen of Luna on Instagram. Check out her very impressive look of Queen GRIMHILDE. She added some bedazzle to the original queen's look and made her look a million times better. We're in love with the added lightning bolts on each side of her cheeks. Saraswati went for a slightly different eyebrow look than the classic queen's arched eyebrows, but we think it works perfectly. Her eyes might not be light green, but these dark eyes sure bring out the scary look in Saraswati's version. Queen GRIMHILDE was featured in several different shows and movies and was portrayed by Charlize Theron, Julia Roberts, Lucille Laverne, and many others. But if Disney ever needed a modern adaptation, Saraswati could definitely play the part. Snow White from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. And you know we can't talk about Queen GRIMHILDE without mentioning Snow White. Her cute look is definitely easier to portray than the Queen's, but you'll still need to have impressive makeup skills to master Snow White's complexion. And not to mention that beautiful hair. But who knew that a person would be able to cosplay as an even cuter version of Snow White? Well, this could be called the very extreme level of cosplay. Her name is Sarah Engel, and she's taking Disney impressions to the next level. Sarah has spent more than $14,000 on outfits that would make her look like her favorite Disney princesses, and it's paying off. Her Snow White look might even be cuter than the actual Snow White. Sarah performs as a Disney princess at many events, birthday parties, and she also visits children at hospitals and spends time volunteering, all while being dressed as a Disney princess. She makes her own dresses, and she said she can take up to 6 months to make one. She has some really impressive natural features that automatically make her look like a Disney princess. But when you add a Snow White costume, she really does pull off the best Disney princess we have ever seen. Would you ever spend thousands of dollars to look like your favorite Disney character? Ariel from The Little Mermaid. So let's explore some other looks Sarah could definitely pull off. We all know that Ariel's look was originally inspired by Alyssa Milano, but Sarah would be our second favorite choice. This girl really knows how to work those Disney features and bring them to life. Sarah says that her big eyes naturally help with her cartoon-like look, but it's the homemade outfits that really do the job. Her goal is to actually be a real Disney princess one day, and she says her favorite character of all time is Ariel. Well, we think she already is a Disney princess. Just check out her impressive Ariel outfit. The red hair and the makeup are made with such detail that it really is perfect. It's safe to say that Sarah might be the biggest Disney fan ever. This Ariel costume looks simple to make, right? Well, it's actually not that simple. It can take Sarah up to 3 hours to put together her look, and we bet it must feel pretty good when she's able to remove her makeup and take the layered costumes off at the end of the day. What do you think of Sarah as Ariel? Could she pull this off, or do you still prefer the original Little Mermaid? Moana. The movie Moana was only released in 2016, but it became such a hit we've already seen some pretty impressive Moana costumes by 2017. The 16-year-old is definitely not your average Disney princess. Sure, she has an animal sidekick, but Moana's look and features are slightly more modern than the classic Disney princesses we know and love. This lady didn't need to try very hard to look like Moana. She seems to already channel the singing princess on her own. But she's not the only one that's totally owning the Moana look. Cosplayer Marissa Ragsdale also looks great as our favorite Polynesian princess, as does Auli'i Cravalho, who actually plays Moana in the movie. You'd think that Moana's look was based on Auli'i, right? Well, it turns out that she was actually the last person to audition for the role, and it was only after she was scouted for the part. Although we're not sure other Moana lookalikes can sing, we know for a fact that Auli'i is able to belt amazing notes. She jokingly said she got her wonderful voice from screaming and shouting as a baby. Which one of these Moana lookalikes is your favorite? Ours is definitely Auli'i, but she already looks like a princess without the additional need for a cosplay. Marge, Patty, and Selma from The Simpsons. But enough about Disney princesses, because there are many more cartoon characters people dress up as, like these ladies, for example. They're totally rocking the look of Marge, Patty, and Selma from The Simpsons. We have so many questions about this photo. Who are these people, and how did they manage to recreate our favorite Simpsons women with such simple materials? Can you tell them apart? Marge is in the light green dress, Selma is in blue, and Patty is in purple. In the real version of The Simpsons, Patty and Selma are Marge's chain-smoking older twin sisters, who are very rarely separated from each other. Did you know that Marge, Patty, and Selma are all voiced by the same actress? Julie Kavner gave her raspy voice to all three characters. Both Patty and Selma have a strong dislike for Homer Simpson, and it seems like the feelings are mutual. But we, on the other hand, love this real-life version of the Simpsons trio. The human Patty and Selma actually look like they're also twin sisters. How long do you think it took them to paint their skin yellow? Now, all we're missing is Homer, and you'd get a real-life Simpsons show. Alice from Alice in Wonderland. Get ready to be totally mesmerized by this next cosplayer who truly nailed the look of Alice in Wonderland. Her name is Saraswati, and you've already seen her from the Queen cosplay we showed you earlier. It looks like this girl truly has the talent of dressing up as cartoon characters. Saraswati is actually known for incorporating her hijab into her cosplays, and her transformations are simply stunning. Check out her incredible look of Alice in Wonderland. We're completely mesmerized by her eyes and the creative way she used a yellow hijab and tied Alice's black bow around her head. We love the detail of actual Wonderland in the background, and even the white rabbit made an appearance. Her Alice in Wonderland transformation really is an original way of incorporating hijab into her cosplay. The original Alice was inspired by a little girl named Alice Liddell, who was in fact a brunette, not a blonde. And did you know that the Cheshire Cat's tree actually stands in the garden of Alice Liddell's childhood home? How cool is that? Although the real-life Alice doesn't really look like her cartoon-inspired character, it's safe to say that Saraswati has her own look down to a T. Mulan from Mulan. Saraswati's mission behind her cosplay talent is to let people see a different side of the Muslim stereotype and educate that women with a hijab are the same as everyone else. We saw her dressed as the Queen and Alice, but her Mulan look is also very, very impressive. Once again, she incorporated her hijab as a part of Mulan's dark hair. She has even drawn a strand of hair at the front. This really is a spectacular Mulan look. Saraswati has perfectly arched eyebrows. Her cheeks have just the right amount of blush, her eye makeup is exactly the same, and even her lips are looking just like Mulan's lips. Call us impressed, because we are really digging this cosplayer's hard work to look like her favorite cartoon characters. Even her clothing looks very much on point, and we're starting to wonder how long it takes her to create such amazing looks. Saraswati said she's a self-taught makeup artist, so we're guessing it took quite a few attempts before she was able to create such amazing cosplay characters. Although the real-life Mulan was based on a Chinese myth, Saraswati has proven to us that she could basically play the part of any Disney princess. Ms. Marvel from Avengers Assemble. If you're a fan of Marvel Comics, more specifically Ms. Marvel, stay tuned, because you'll be shocked by this next impressive dress-up. It belongs to a popular cosplayer who goes by the name of Katie George. Her dress-up is so impressive it won her several awards, and she was even featured in cosplay documentaries. Check out her absolutely stunning impression of Ms. Marvel. Doesn't she look exactly the same? Ms. Marvel's real name is Carol Danvers, and if she was a real person, it might as well be Katie George. From her blonde hair, the dark mask, and her complete outfit, this might just be one of the most impressive cosplayers ever. Ms. Marvel is actually quite an impressive character, and one of the most underrated superheroes ever. Even Barack Obama is a fan of the 2014 Ms. Marvel, who was the first Muslim-American superhero with a standalone series. Well, we're certainly fans of this cosplayer's amazing work. The next character might not be as popular as a Disney princess or a Marvel character, but her look can be very difficult to pull off. Here are a couple of hints. She belongs in a gang. She's madly in love with one of the other gang members. She drives a mystery van, and she hangs around with a dog that can talk. Have you figured it out yet? Daphne from Scooby Doo. It's Daphne from Scooby Doo, and this cosplayer totally nailed her look. Daphne usually wears a light green scarf and a cute purple dress with pink tights, and this lady got the Daphne look down to a T. The original real-life Daphne was played by everyone's favorite vampire slayer, Sarah Michelle Gellar, but this woman's look comes in a close second. Wait a minute, is that Velma and Shaggy in the background? It looks like the whole Scooby Gang was back together once again. But did you know that 2 members of the Scooby Gang are actually married in real life and that they have children? Sarah Michelle Gellar, who played Daphne, and Freddie Prinze Jr., who played Fred, have been married since 2002. Although no cosplayers will ever come close to their original Scooby Gang look, we are completely in love with this version of Daphne. But the award for the best cosplayers ever definitely go to our next pair of twin sisters who managed to look like our 2 favorite characters. It's hard enough to cosplay one person, but it's even harder to pull off characters that are sisters, especially Disney's sisters. Can you tell who it is? One of them really wants to build a snowman, and the other one just wants to let it all go. Elsa and Anna from Frozen. It's Elsa and Anna, our favorite Frozen characters. This awesome cosplay belongs to Cindy and Karen, twins who have absolutely nailed their look as Elsa and Anna. Don't they look absolutely perfect? Their natural facial features already enable them to look like Disney princesses, but we're astounded by just how much they look like Elsa and Anna. With their hair, makeup, and clothes, they might as well be crowned as Frozen lookalikes. Although the original Elsa and Anna aren't twins, these Disney fans are some of the best Frozen cosplayers we have ever seen. They even managed to find someone that looks like Kristoff and perfectly recreated some of the scenes from our favorite Disney movie. Dressing up as a cartoon character is hard work, but these people really do make it look easy. Did you know that the original Elsa and Anna could end up with completely different voices? Kristen Bell and Idina Menzel originally auditioned to play Rapunzel in Tangled. Although they didn't work out, it definitely opened some unexpected doors. Do you think Frozen would be any different with someone else singing the famous Let It Go and Do You Want to Build a Snowman? We bet these cosplayers would definitely be able to pull it off. If you could dress up as any character, which one would it be? Let us know in the comments. For more videos like this one, check out 10 kids cartoon characters reimagined as people. See you next time. Bye-bye.